Hey YouTube, I'm going to be showing you how to do basic file management with PHP. So, if you know nothing about PHP, it's basically for web languages. It can allow you to do things with web servers, which is basically websites. So you can host your own websites and manage files with this. It could be used for multiple things, anything you possibly come up with. But basically, this is how you look up stuff. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. You go to Google and you type in like file get contents, which is what we're going to be using, and file put contents, and php.net. That's a good one, but W3 Schools is usually a lot easier to follow. Come on, oh, you see this? See what I'm working with right now? Right. So basically, this is the syntax. The syntax is how things are used, and it tells you how to use exactly what you're using. So the path, include path, context, start, max length. So it works from left to right. So you can have this one, just this one, or you can have these two, but you can't have this one and this one. You'd need this one, I'm pretty sure. Or you could put 0 in there, or some, I don't know. But anyways, so you paste it in there like that, and you're gonna get the contents of something. So I'll use file.txt, and you're gonna want to save that to a variable like that. Hold on. There you go. This is Notepad++, by the way. So you're saving it to your variable, and it's file.txt is what we're getting the contents of. So let's go to the server. I'm just gonna make the directory utub for YouTube, and this is Linux, by the way. You don't have to do any of this. It's a lot easier usually for other people. But if you're gonna buy a VPS, this is what you'd have to be doing. So basically, you're in your directory. So I'm gonna make that file.txt real quick, and just make it say this is our file. So that's saved now. This is on our web server, and here's our file.txt. So this is our file, but this is file.txt. You can't do any PHP in here. So to include that file, we're going to need to make our index.php, which is the default page that'll load once someone goes to the website, and we're going to make this it. So we're setting it to our var, and then so it's getting everything inside of this file and saving it to this variable. But what we could do is, if we're not using that variable over, we could just print directly out like that. So print and then that, and then you got to throw a semicolon on the end to end your statement. So you copy all your text, save it to your file, and then let's reload this. See, it says this is our file, and it's in index.php right now. And with that, we could do a loop, like basically this is going to do is what it's going to do: make a variable I, set it equal to 0, and it's going to say, while I is less than 10, add that much to it and do this line. I was just about to indent this like Python, but you don't have to. So you don't put a semicolon on the end of this, because you're telling it this is to this. And if you want to be safe, you could throw curly brackets around that. And if it makes you see it easier, you can do it like this. So you take your stuff and you go to your file, save it, and now we should print out 10 of them. See? And now it's all going to be lined up like that. So if you want it to not be lined up like that, we can have it print this, and then to add something to it, like, because this is like a temporary variable kind of. So to add something to it, you put a dot and then whatever you're gonna put after it. So you can put another file get contents on the end, but we're just gonna attach the string, and that should make it like, yep, just like that. So that's reading from a file. To put into a file, you're gonna be using file put contents. So file put contents. Look for the W3 schools. Usually it's easiest. And here's your syntax. So you take that. Go to your file. So what I'm gonna be doing is file put contents. The file name is gonna be a get variable, and the get variable is gonna be name, and this get variable is gonna be data. So if you're going to want it to append, which actually is really important usually, you're going to want to get the file append right here. Usually they show you examples. Okay, let's see if I can get us an example. Right here. PHP.net is actually really useful. Don't get me wrong. I just think W3 School is a little bit easier sometimes. Okay, so we got our file append, and locx basically just means the file can only be edited by one program at a time. So file append means it's going to add to the file, not overwrite it. And this is file name, file data. So this is going to basically just write to whatever we're writing to. So I'll explain this in a second. Okay, so basically we have our index.php. Alright, if I do this, it's just gonna not do anything because it's gonna not have any get variables. So question mark name equals file.txt and data equals this is past data. So you run that, right? And if we cat our file.txt, oh, it didn't edit. What we need to do is set our file permissions. So you can, in FileZilla, you can right click it and change these permissions, but basically watch. Oh, whoops. So now this should work. Whoops. See how it appended this is our past data? If I run that file a bunch of times, it's just gonna, I can just see here refreshing for a bunch of times. And see how it says this is our past data, this is our past data, this is our past data. So basically that's how you manage files in PHP. If you have any more questions, or you want me to go in deeper like tutorials on how to do this stuff, and if you want me to teach you how to set up a web server, I'm probably going to do a tutorial on that, so subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you, bye.